All right, guys, today we've got Gordon joining us. So, Gordon hasn't drank for 6 months. He's one of my clients, the members of the Soberclear program. He's kindly agreed to come on today to share his story, to inspire you guys, give you some motivation. He's over in Washington State. He's a building contractor, a husband, and a father of two amazing daughters. And I think you guys are going to love this. So, welcome, Gordon. Thank you so much for coming on here today.
Yeah, thank you, Leon.
Yeah, it's good to have you. So, yeah, let's start at the beginning. So, what we'll do is we'll talk about what things were like. Then we'll talk about, the turning point and when you were like, enough is enough. We'll talk about the transformation, and then we'll talk about what life is like now. And then you can then share like any advice you want for everybody. So, yeah, should we start at the beginning?
Sure.
Perfect. So, yeah, just go for it, Gordon. Like, what was drinking like before you decided to change?
Drank for a long time, started, as teenager, young adult, thinking it was the cool thing to do, the right thing to do, and everybody did it, or most people did it, and just kind of went through my life. Had a good job, went to school, had a good job, raised a family, but the alcohol just got in the way of some things. And I managed to function and, carry on with everything. And as time went on, um, wasn't enjoying it as much and was thinking, it's not the right thing. I just don't feel good. I do stupid things. And I thought, well, so I started on kind of a quest to stop drinking or cut down drinking. And I would stop for a while, start back up, stop for a while, start back up. Maybe a few days, maybe I'd take sometimes a month off, but it was always kind of go back to it and thinking that I was missing something when I wasn't drinking. And so I had already kind of the last couple previous years kind of, I think deep down wanted to stop drinking. And so I was looking at different, I'm into some health pods and I was looking up, I am interested in health and whatnot. And I was looking up, different things and Leon's podcast came up and it just kind of hit home and I thought maybe this it sounds different and maybe this could be for me and I decided to give him a call and give it a shot and haven't looked back. It's been great. Everything's gotten better
Wait,
and
wait, wait. We'll get to there. But let's just we'll get to that bit. But so when you were drinking, was there like a point where you realized that's it, I need to change? Can you remember?
in the last couple years, yes, the relationships with my daughters and my wife, some clients at work, um, just wasn't as good as it could be.
Yeah, I remember when we spoke, that was the number one thing for you was you wanted to be better and be more present and be there in your relationships.
Yes.
And like what so when you were drinking, like how much were you drinking? How often was it?
So in the last couple years, it was almost daily, except unless I was, saying, okay, I'm not going to drink for a month. And so every 6 to 8 months, I would take a month off and just not drink for a month. And maybe a couple years ago, drank more than that. I was a beer drinker and would, start in the evening and go to the garage or do stay home. I was always home and then I'd do stuff, but I would just think I needed something to drink to do the stuff.
So I think so for you, it had been in your head for a long time about stopping, but then the final 2 years, that's where it was like, this ain't good.
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah, and what's interesting is I've got a question for you. So when you'd stop for a month and then go back to it, would it be like a rebound where you'd end up drinking more?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. And it necessarily wasn't more, but when I went back to drinking, it I wasn't getting the same enjoyment out of it as I was when I was younger. Um, yeah, there might have been some enjoyment younger, and or I thought it was enjoyment. And in the last couple of years, I could even, not drink that much, but even just have a little, and it would change me, and not for the better.
Yeah, 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 100%. So perfect. So you'd wanted to change, and then you've been listening to podcasts, then you found my podcast, and then you were like, ah, this could be different. So what happened then?
I decided to call. I must say it was one of those things I like. It sounds a little too good to be true, but I thought, you know what? I kind of like the style of it. I'm not forced to do it. I chose to do it myself, and I liked Leon. I liked um, when we first met and when I started seeing some of the podcasts. Um, I liked your new approach of not dwelling on the past, what you did before when you were
Mm.
drinking. I like the fresh start where you just change your thought of drinking, your outlook of it, and it worked. It works.
So I think maybe it's fair to say you resonated with the message. You were like, that kind of makes sense before we even spoke.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm. So so you liked the message. So what was maybe like a fear or hesitation that you had before reaching out?
Um, uh, I think the main hesitation was thinking that I was going to miss out on something. I was going to miss something. Thought the
Interesting.
drinking brought about something that it had to be there for to have fun.
So for you, it wasn't something to do with it was an internal thing, right? It wasn't like, yeah, it was like, how am I going to be able to live with life without alcohol?
For sure. Yeah, I
Mm.
thought, well, everybody does it. What am I going to do when I go to a party? And what am I going to do when I go do this thing? And um, yeah, and it was just in my own head thinking, that.
Yeah, I'm smiling to myself because it's the exact same for me. It's the exact same for everybody, right? We've all got a very similar thing where it's like, how am I going to do anything without this drink that's been there for so long? And then one of the problems is you'll go a month without drinking because you kept doing a month with willpower. And when you're using willpower, you want to drink more. So you feel like those months, because you're just like not drinking, want it more, want it more. So then you start thinking, well, if I do this for 6 months, it's going to suck.
Absolutely. No. Yeah. So and it just progressively better month by month.
Mm,
Um, it's my view of alcohol. My whole view of alcohol has changed in the 6 months.
let's go, man. Let's go. Awesome. So then, okay, so you decided, let's give it a shot with Leon. Let's try this. You work through the modules, the first part of the program. What happened then?
Work through the modules. As I was working through the modules, all the information, um, little lights would go off and like, hey, that was me, or wow, that makes total sense. And so all those little things, and it kind of, kept me going. And and all those little lights that went off, I was continuing to just feel better, more healthy as time went on. Um, the chat group, I've never been one to be a real in chat groups or anything. I'm not a great public, speaker or anything. And the chat groups are great. It's great.
That's awesome, man. So the light bulbs were going off, and then you never look back. Like it's awesome. So what surprised you most about the process?
How easy it's become.
But no one believes me.
I know, and I don't, but it's a simple program. It really is a simple program, and I love talking about it. I could talk, I could talk a long time about different things that I've picked up, and it makes a lot of sense.
Awesome, man. So let's talk about life now and how it's impacted you, your family, your health, work. Like what changes have happened now? Should we start with family? Because that's the most important for you.
Sure. My family has more trust in me. Way more smoother on the home front. Kids have more trust in me. My wife has more trust in me. Um, just just a lot smoother. Take care of the little problems. You're more present in everything you do. You just kind of take care of business.
Yeah. Heck yeah. How about work and business?
I'm a contractor. It can be stressful at times. The stressful times have become easier. I just deal with it better. The stressful times before would be a time where, gosh, need a couple beers and go get a couple beers. And um, it might have helped for a few seconds,
Mm,
and then it didn't help. And so, yeah, business has gotten better, more organized. Health. I consider myself kind of a adventure athlete, if you would. I like to ski, lots of stuff outdoors, mountain bike, snowmobile, motorcycle ride. I do a lot of stuff, and I enjoy those things more.
mm. Yeah, and then you went and got your Christmas tree. Primal, going out, stealing it.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Up in the
Yeah.
hills and got a Christmas tree on snowmobiles, and that was with my family, and just more present in day-to-day family activities.
Yeah, love it. Love it. So you're more active. Well, I think you were active before, but it sounds like you're active now. What has health changed at all? Like weight, mental clarity, anything like that?
Yeah, all the above. Um, I've dropped weight. My cardiovascular is just, probably the best it's been in 40
Mm,
years. Um, uh, just everything about it, feels better.
awesome.
Enjoy the things, that I used to do. I still did them, but didn't get the full enjoyment. And so, got back to doing some of those things and then, taking it to a little higher level.
Mm. And you mentioned earlier one of your reservations was socializing without alcohol. How has that been?
It's been fine. It's been fine. I think it's when somebody wants to quit drinking, they think, oh gosh, it's more in their head than what people have been great, supportive, um, and just a better person all around.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Let me ask you this: what's the first thing you notice? Like, let's say, like we go through that adjustment period, right? The first week can be a bit lame, not feeling great. Once that had finished, when you were waking up, when you felt good after the first week or however long it was, what was it like? Describe like how you were feeling.
It just felt great to wake up, without in a fog, without that cloud over your head. Sleep got better, um, and just more ambition. You wake up and ready, set, go.
Do you feel like there's anything that you can do now that you couldn't do before?
Definitely some fitness goals that I have um, that I'll know I'll accomplish here coming up, or look
Mm.
into with greater insight, and um, I think business will run a little smoother, as in uh, just less stress. It's just a little bit more even keel. The business will run, and then family. Getting back to doing more things with my family. I always did do things with my family, but there was times where there could be, problems because of the drinking, and it's so nice not having those now.
Yeah. I think what can happen is because if you've been playing around and, stopping, starting, when you finally tell yourself, I'm going to stop, and then you follow through and you stop, you kind of start thinking, well, hang on, my health goals, my business goals, I can do it all now. You rebuild that self-trust, and that's massive.
Absolutely. Um, you hit it, you hit it right on there. You do think of things that you might want to accomplish in the future, and you think, yeah, I got a better shot now than I
Mm,
did before.
love it. So back earlier when you said there were reservations, there was the fear of stopping drinking. If you could go back to that version of you, what would you say to them now?
I would say just do it. I would say, just do it. Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind, and join your program if you're serious about it. Join the program, and get on with it. It is truly um, easier than I thought. The Soberclear program just totally changed my mindset on alcohol.
Yeah, that's where we want to get to, right? Done deal. Like any other problem in your life, fix it, put it behind you, and move on.
For sure. Yeah, it feels really good.